Amid the turbulence of world affairs and conscious of the world's suffering, in the year now ending, Baha'is everywhere opened their hearts to all. Mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, neighbors and colleagues, helping to create sanctuaries of peace and hope. Together with those around them, they fostered newfound friendships, seeing no stranger, but only members of one human family. Even in moments of profound difficulty and unforeseen disruptions, a collective yearning deepened to connect to one another, to uplift every soul, and to contribute to the well-being of our shared society. In Brazil, the Chamber of Deputies reflected on a century of efforts by the Baha'i community in that country to promote a common identity.
In this chamber that has already experienced so many antagonistic moments, we have the opportunity to listen today to the symphony of the Baha'i community and the symphony of peace, because humanity is one.
In Azerbaijan, discussions at a national conference held by the State Committee on Religious Associations highlighted the important role of neighborhoods in strengthening social harmony.
Peaceful coexistence starts from the heart of the individual, from inside his or her home, from his or her neighborhood.
In the Arab region, discussion forums played an important part in bringing diverse people together to build unity of thought on spiritual and material progress and on coexistence.
The more we look into our commonalities, the more we are united. The more we look into our differences, the more we are divided.
These divisions are a result of a crisis of identity. But if we see humanity as one, the seemingly intractable tension between oneness and diversity falls away. An essay published in the Baha'i World this year writes,
"Far from threatening or contradicting the essential diversity of humankind, the Baha'i writing suggests that, in fact, a universal human identity is uniquely equipped to ensure the fundamental security and flourishing of our other, narrower identities and affiliations."
Through a deepening sense of oneness transcending differences, friends are addressing critical issues like racial justice.
Filling this hall tonight is just the beginning of what we hope will be a series of connections and relationships that will grow and grow over the coming years.
Family festivals are more than just social gatherings. They are catalysts for racial harmony. These events foster friendships and inspire hope, especially at a time when we're facing challenges of societal cohesion.
A film commissioned by the Universal House of Justice explored the Baha'i community's efforts to promote societal harmony. Socially conscious artists were encouraged to weave shared narratives into their creations, reminding us to see our place in this world as improving the lives of each other. This idea was explored by Baha'is in Kazakhstan.
We need to recognize the significance of the arts in bringing about positive change, bridging divides, and fostering a sense of unity, because without it, it would be difficult to imagine social progress and a peaceful world.
Conversations on bringing about positive change echoed through many aspects of our lives, urging us to reflect on the kinds of societies we aim to create together, to ask ourselves, what kinds of lives lead to human fulfillment? How do our daily lives, including our work, contribute to this vision? The Baha'i international community examined these questions in a forum at the UN on reshaping the future of work.
The inadequate protection of workers reveals systematic inequities that prioritize consumptions of progress rooted in narrow self-interest. Today, we are being asked to build momentum for a new social contract, to call for more policies characterized by solidarity.
With the changing landscape of work, influenced by digitalization, automation, and artificial intelligence, a range of profound questions are entering public consciousness on technology.
It's not just methodology that we need, nor is it just values. It's methodology and values together. In the Baha'i faith, this idea is expressed most directly as the idea of the harmony between scientific and religious knowledge.
Essential to these discussions has been the principle of the harmony of science and religion, an essential principle at the core of Baha'is social action initiatives.
Youth are really starting to train themselves about the contribution they can do through the planting of trees and through the production of food. Transforming relationships with family members and community organizations, youth are acquiring this consciousness, how these small changes in their relationships can really raise up all this capacity to do great things for their community.
Youth have been at the forefront of social action initiatives this past year, challenging prevalent views that cast them in a negative light and that label them as rebellious or apathetic.
Youth have this thirst for knowledge and learning about the world. They want to contribute to a better world, and they have also this passion for justice.
In all these efforts, women and men side by side have been working together to plant the seeds of equality.
The surest foundation for replacing oppressive gender norms with egalitarian and just conceptions lies in the concepts and practices that young minds learn from their earliest years in the family.
The Baha'i writing states that men and women are like wings of a bird. One cannot thrive without the other. It also states that true attainment and progress will not be established until equality is there, and that men and women become peers.
The call for equality echoed worldwide in June, when the memory of 10 Baha'i women who were hanged in Shiraz, Iran 40 years ago was honored in numerous ways.
The Our Story is One campaign is resonating with the deepest aspirations of populations around the world to turn to unity rather than division and to see the interconnectedness of our stories.
Efforts toward equality and unity pressed on, paving the way for new beginnings. The first national house of worship in the world opened its doors. 3 new Baha'i houses of worship were announced at Rizwan at the International Baha'i Convention.
Local houses of worship in Kanchanpur, Nepal, and Muinilunga, Zambia. Beyond this, a national house of worship in Canada.
Delegates representing a cross-section of humanity elected the Universal House of Justice at the 13th International Baha'i Convention. A deeply moving experience that left delegates brimming with inspiration.
It just means so much to see how many different people with their cultural differences, they can come together under this banner of unity and in a very spiritual attitude of service. I think this process gives hope to the peoples of the world.
True love means creating room for others to join.
Within communities around the world, people of all backgrounds found sanctuary in the many Baha'i endeavors for worship and service.
I think we can feel very hopeless sometimes, and this feeling of what are you going to do? Like how can you affect change? But there's always this like attitude of hope, and we have vision, we have purpose and identity. They propel us forward.
The workers here, we come from different parts of Papua New Guinea, and when we talk about love and unity, I see that there's a lot of love here.
Those who pray in the walls of the Tana Temple can feel the motivating force of love. A love that goes people of all races and backgrounds, so needed in these troubling times.
Observe the big trees here. They have many branches and grow so high, but the stem is one. We are many and diverse, but we are one.
In their efforts, countless people were connected in their immeasurable love for Abdul Baha, for whom a shrine is being constructed. Once completed, that sacred structure will serve as a place of prayer and contemplation for visitors from around the world to draw inspiration from Abdul Baha's life and work as a herald of peace, as a champion of social justice, and as a shelter for all humankind.